What's up, friends? This is Manni and welcome to another War Robots. I EMP'd the guy from behind and now I'm racking him with the shotguns and his buddy too. That's what we do in the Manni-Town, isn't it? Now that, of course, as you've probably been able to tell, is not War Robots. Not quite. This game is World of Robots, and I want to show it to you here today because it's actually quite a lot of fun, but it also does have its problems, and I'm going to show them to you here in this video. Now, that's the game World of Robots. You can find it in the Android store from Super Game Studios, and there are two factions in the game, similar to World of Tanks, yeah, where there are certain tech trees. In World of Robots, you do that too. You have the American tech tree and the Russian tech tree, and those here would be the Russian robots, for example. This is the one that I'm using most of the time, with a lot of different, basically light weapons, okay? And then there's the heavy weapons, but heavy weapons are more like active modules from War Robots. You activate them when they are recharged with a manual button press per heavy weapon, and they have longer recharges, around 20 seconds or so. So they're really heavy, they're really powerful, but they really charge up very long too. And most of the time you'll be firing the light weapons basically. Then there's a module slot that could be a healing module, which I have, right? I continuously gradually heal a little bit of my health, but it could also be a mine layer or an extra shield dome on top that slowly recharges a little shield, or something else, you know? I'm only level 4 in the game so far, or level 5, so it's not like I have seen everything yet, but what I'm seeing so far is actually quite a lot of fun. You saw I just blasted this guy out of the way here using the missile launchers, the heavy weapons on top, and this is already one of the a bit stronger robots that I'm running here. From what I gathered, there is only level 7 or so. I think once you reach level 7, you can get everything in the game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and you can also play Clan Wars. And starting at, I think, level 6 or so, or 5, you can start to play Team Deathmatch as well. Something I'm gonna get to at a little later time. I'm not there yet. So even though I'm here near the enemy spawn, they continuously respawn. With these two MLRS that I have on top sitting as my heavy weapons, I can really quickly dispatch of enemies like this guy here, pop, and he's instantly gone, and I'm slowly recharging a little bit of my health. I can make use of all the skills that I've acquired in my War Robots gameplay, with movement, map awareness, even aiming. You have manual aiming here, but there is an aim assist. But, you know, things are slower. It's more like the old War Robots, basically, the walking War Robots, where robots were slow, abilities were scarce, and you had only like this or that, right? You didn't have this, and this. You only had this or that, and that's what you made use of. And yeah, that's pretty much the same here. It's running on the Unity engine. Interesting also, it does run really smooth at 60 frames per second in highest detail, looking pretty good too. Reminds me a little bit of Battlezone from the style of graphics. I don't know, some of you, the older players of you may know it still. An older game from PC, and also it plays pretty good. You can feel the explosions, the heaviness of your robots, and yeah, it's overall a lot of fun. Now, we just won the battle. That means we're gonna get experience and credits, and also some gold or diamonds, like the special currency. Now let's have a look at the tech trees, shall we? This would be the American tech trees with the American robots. DP-30 hammer is the new weapon that I mounted here as a test weapon on this. It requires level 6. I'm not there yet, but it would be an interesting weapon. And there's even melee weapons like the saw. Interesting. I have not seen anybody use that yet. There are certain robots, of course, you can unlock, and even maybe a premium robot, so to speak, probably one that you don't just get from the normal credits, but there's only one of them per each tech tree that I've found, and also only one weapon, I believe. And this would be the Russian tech tree here, and the robots get, of course, more powerful as you get into higher tier levels, similar to World of Tanks, for example, right? And here's the moment from the intro. I like this a lot. No, actually, that's a different moment. It's a different gameplay moment here. I was also coming very successfully in from behind with a light robot, a small light robot. But as I told you before, a lighter robot still has pretty much the same firepower. You just have one of these heavy weapon slots less, that that recharges 20 seconds and gives you one stronger, shot. But that doesn't define your firepower. The firepower comes mostly from your 2 weapons, left and right. And I believe the highest I've seen is 4 weapons. So I don't think that anything has more than 2 light and 2 heavy weapons. Whereas the heavy weapons, of course, shall always be considered an active ultimate, basically, not really the actual weapon that runs with you all the time and fires continuously. This guy here was utilizing a frontal shield instead of one of his weapons, and he would deal less damage to me, but he would also take only half of the damage that I'm doing to him. So yeah, and I was very successful here, of course, applying all my war robot skills to the game, and also trying to outmaneuver the enemy, being aware where they are, how many they are, and so on. So 2-on-1 was something I can deal with. 3-on-1 would be death, but if I can make him come after me one after another, I can take him down pretty often. And with this one robot, I believe I already took down like 7 robots, and now there's number 8 or so going down, or maybe this was 7, I don't know. And I almost would get the next guy, but not this time. There are not just brawling weapons, of course. This would be an American robot here. This big heavy cannon on top has a range of around 530 meters or so. So I can shoot the enemy from far away. And instead of a healing module in my back, this American tank allows me, or robot allows me to equip a shield that continuously recharges, and that is a very interesting thing as well, because it recharges relatively quickly and it prevents the incoming damage entirely, which of course a repair does not prevent the damage, but it just repairs the damage back. And we're running some heavy auto cannons here with a range of about 400 or 380 meters or so we can stay really safely far away if we want to. And shoot from there. In this case, it doesn't really make much sense or difference because the enemy is also running the longer range setups. So it kind of stays the same. But if there was like a Russian robot, or now Russian robots also have the snipers, but if there was a player with the brawling weapons only, I could just walk backwards and keep him out of range. And that is an interesting playstyle, of course, that we know from War Robots 2. Now, this guy comes in with a shield too. Okay. Gonna have to drop that first, but I wanted to finish off the other guy first. Even here, firing in sequence, something that you can do, that I even utilize here from the War Robots. Boom! Big sniper cannon. See, now it has a 19 seconds reload on the top right. So, pretty interesting. Now, the game does have its problems, as I told you, ladies and gentlemen. So what are those problems? It's not of monetization matter. The game is not asking for a ton of money or anything. It is fun to play even without, and it seems like I can unlock pretty much everything I want in the game. Even the strong robot I wanted all the time with his 2 heavy weapons, lots of HP, and so on. I was just able to unlock this from normal playing and credits. Of course, there's a premium account, right? So you can get more credits and more experience per match when you have a premium account. And there is this one weapon called Vortex. I'm not sure how it works. That is a premium only weapon where you need to buy it from the gems. But I could actually buy one of those weapons, I believe, because you get gems also from playing the game every match. And then there's this one robot, a premium robot that comes equipped already with premium weapons that you will buy from that premium currency as well. Now that's not the problem. The problem is the amount of players we have. Same as with many games online that are replicating, nice robot warfare. They often lack the amount of players. War Robots is beginning to lack the amount of players as well, because War Robots simply starts to suck so bad now and is making so many terrible decisions that basically their players are running away from it. And that has been going on for years, and so what we see in War Robots now is actually a lack of players coming in. But War Robots should never have had this problem, or should never have this problem to begin with, because it had the highest amount of mobile players in all of the gaming industry. So it had all the players. It just drove them away by terrible marketing, not taking hackers as seriously as they should, not fixing known problems like lags, bugs, player economy, matchmaking, and of course the overpowered content sales. But this game here doesn't have as many problems. coded into it, but it does have the lack of players, and that is something you feel. Now, I believe that my video here could change some of that, because I know many of my War Robots players are open and willing to check out some other games, and maybe we'll see more players here in the future. But right now, or my experience so far, was that most matches fills up with 2 players per team. The matchmaking is relatively quick, but the highest I've seen was 3 players per team. But I believe there should be 4, 5, or 6 players, 5 or 6 players per team, and the action would be much more interesting and higher. So yeah, let's see. Maybe we'll see more of that going forward. Once I release this video, there's a chance for that, right? This is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to show you something other than War Robots today. And for those who are wondering, yes, Battle of Titans is still on the list, but as I've told you, I have troubles running the game, so I decided to run another game first that I have no troubles running, and that would be this one here. Now, I'm being attacked by 2 guys again here. The shotguns deplete the energy shields pretty quick, and then I'm stunning the guy and dropping him super heavy with the shotguns. And then I think I don't really stand much of a chance with my 300 hit points left. Unfortunately, there I go. Now, I haven't unlocked everything. I want to see the the melee weapons in action. I would like to see some other things as well, and I also had a lot of fun playing this game. So if you guys want to see me play more of that, let me know. And also tell me down in the comments, please, if you're going to check it out, if you're going to test it, and if you did, what your experience with the game is. Maybe you already played the game and you have an opinion already. Let us know. I'll be watching in the comment section down below. So here I was fighting this 2-on-1. My teammate somehow only had 1 robot. Maybe he just started out or something, because that's how you start out, of course, with only 1. And the enemies had like seemingly unlimited robots, and it was difficult because 2-on-1 always a bit of a problem, and I didn't use the brawling setups here. I was running a bit of a sniper, so I could not kill things very quickly. That was before I had my big strong brawlers with the shotguns, and so I had a bit of a longer time to kill, and with 2-on-1s, well, that is not such a good idea. Also, you see the auto cannons have a 10 or 9 second long reload, and of course the big cannon 20 seconds, so yeah, it's not like I can continuously blast the enemy out of existence. And corner shooting works in the game, however, somehow there is also splash damage on many weapons on the enemy, and if they are smart, they can prevent the corner shooting. So here we're going with the starting weapon plus the missile launcher in the middle, and yeah, that really is a starting weapon. It's not very powerful. The rocket launcher, however, does a good job, that missile launcher. I've shown you before where I had 2 of them, and it would basically sometimes kill an entire robot. So I'm preparing this. I reloaded my weapons, I'm reloading the missiles, and I'm trying to only engage them in a 1-on-1, not in a 2-on-1, like at the same time. That was my bit of a strategy here, trying to stay alive. And let's see if this works. Okay. Reload would have been a good idea, but I didn't do it. Alright, so let's see if we can make it happen without the reload here. Missile launcher away. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wow. My missiles somehow missed. I feel like my missiles all missed right there. That sucked. So he's got the shotguns, but and he's only taking half the damage because he's got the physical shield there. But you see, he's missing his shots because I'm walking around him very quickly, and that with this you can also fool around with players very effectively. And yeah, so here I'm making a mistake. I should have just stayed in cover, because he also has the rocket launcher, almost dropped me with it. Yeah, I should have just walked in cover, stayed there, and recharged my rockets. Then I would have had a chance here. So that was my defeat, unfortunately. So, that was still a good match, and I got a lot of credits for it, and I was able to buy new things from it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this game? Tell me down in the comments, please, while we're seeing the last few seconds here with the new stronger robot that I have. Lots of health, lots of power, still really mobile, and I like this one. It's awesome. It's a real beast, and with the healing module you can stay in the game for a long time. If you end up winning most battles, yeah, you can drop things pretty quickly. And I'll show you this in a second, I double splash kills with I killed 2 guys in 1 firing. Hold on, you'll see that soon, I think. Yeah, here we go. And sang. The splash damage disposes both of them. Nice. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video, and Manni-Gaming signing off, my friends. Bye-bye.